we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Astraea Love. Well, I'm Astraea Love, but this is Enlightened Journeys. I'm here to hopefully enlighten journeys. Happy birthday, Lilith. Welcome, everybody coming into the chat. Make sure that you guys like the live streams. I really need to get the likes up. And yeah. So make sure that you guys are aware of my legal disclaimer. It's in the description box below. It talks about my readings being for entertainment purposes only. This is a reading for the collective. I'm reading the collective energy, so you guys need to be able to use your best discernment, aka your intuition. If you have a pendulum, this is a pendulum. You can use a pendulum to ask yes and no questions from your higher self and get answers back. Or if you know muscle testing, that's two different ways, or resistance testing, that you can ask yes and no questions from spirit, from your higher self, and actually get an answer back so that you're guided through tarot land, because tarot land can be triggering, and I am really not here to trigger anybody. That's not what I want to do. But I don't know what your guys' specific triggers are, so you guys make sure that you are grounded. And also make sure you guys are in a mentally healthy space when watching. So by watching my videos, you're agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, being responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled. Be on your best behavior because the Most High God is watching and the Holy Spirit is listening. Watching my videos, you're agreeing to not attack, bully, or persecute me for my calling. Also, this contract includes gatekeeping, shadow banning, plagiarism, and copywriting of my messages. Everything said on this platform is copyrighted, so don't steal messages from God and the Holy Spirit. Okay, now we're going to do the prayer. So let's see what God is directing me towards. So I ask that God be with us now for this reading, for every other. I'm also calling upon the Galactic Federation of Light, the spiritual court systems, along with our higher selves. And we invite our higher selves into our consciousness now. I call upon the Watchers, Olodumare and Bonquay. And then I call upon, I ask that God give us the grace of God, the light of God, and the glory of God, and the heavenly host armies for this reading. I also ask that the Most High God deliver any messages that need to be channeled at this time. Please block out anyone or anything that would try to negatively influence or impact this reading in any way. I pray for the highest light, the highest wisdom, and the highest truth to be revealed to me and my collective, and I pray for all of my subscribers. I also ask that you cover us with the blood and cover us in spirit, so that anybody that would mean us harm doesn't find this platform, or anybody else that would abuse the information given on this platform, that they just don't find it, they don't see it, they don't find out about it. And God, please lead the correct people to me that need these messages, that are actually going to listen to them and be obedient to you. I'm going to use this wisdom that I give for the highest and best good, which means I pray against any cross watcher. Somebody that's a cross watcher is somebody that will do magic on somebody, then they'll just like watch a reading about it to see if their magic is working. So, all right. So I ask now, as I call upon God's favor, to give us the full armor of God for protection during our life's mission and work here on the earth. I am eternally grateful for your favor, Heavenly Source, and for your unfailing love. Thank you for blessing me and my subscribers. And thank you for healing the sick and creating miracles in your holy name, Lord my God. I give gratitude and thanks. I pray into thy holy presence and meditate upon your divine will. Amen. Okay, so I hope you guys are having a good day. Make sure you guys like the live stream. Make sure you guys are subscribed, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. Okay. All right. So the message that I got from Spirit, ding, 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 is basically that God's about to make somebody into a superhero for the collective, because you guys are awakening a lot of other people. So everywhere the light touches, the light touches you, it spreads for me, it touches you, and then it continues on touching other people. And as this process of awakening happens, people are going to awaken to who they actually are. They're going to remember who they are, and then they're going to celebrate who they are. And we all want to be a part of that process, right? Getting to celebrate who we are, which is like birthdays. Happy birthday, Lilith. and all sorts of other things as well. So, all right, let's see. Cut the deck and see what we got here. The High Priestess, the first card. Yes, I'll take it. So, the High Priestess is all about inner balance. This is somebody that can find their peace in troublesome times, right? This also talks about you guys being preoccupied, and if somebody's trying to cause you to react, like, or they're trying to trigger you, that a passive reaction is going to be the best. Let everybody else overreact while you stay calm. See how this woman is holding a Torah in her hands? That Torah is her own inner wisdom, right? And she's actually brought it out to the forefront and written it down. So there could be something to do with that. You could have been ascribed to Thoth in the past life, but I am picking up that most of you guys have been scribes before throughout, both, well, just different planets and this planet as well is what I'm picking up on. Also, you know that the answers to all of your questions are within, and so that's why you guys don't really bother like with going to a bunch of different people, because you're not going to get the real truth out of other people. This knowledge that this woman has, the Torah, is something that exists within. So I rebuke all spirits of agitation, irritation, bullying, annoyance, because I'm starting to feel very irritated, and it's definitely somebody else's energy. That it's like dancing around the collective, just trying to be annoying. And this is like, I don't know who this person is to you, but God's had enough of them. God's giving you another superpower with the High Priestess card right here so that you can mollywop this person in the spirit. Because literally, they should not. This is like, enough is enough, and enough was enough months ago. And this person still hasn't stopped. So I would not be surprised if this person ends up unalived by the voodoo spirits that this person plays with or whatever else nonsense. But they're trying to have an effect on the High Priestess. Like, they want you guys to get out of your bodies, out of your skin. And then I'm picking up on this group of people sends a lot of haters to you to like try to be your friends online. And you see through everybody. You're not like retarded. You're not completely unaware, basically, is what I'm saying. Like, that some people are against you. You just don't know which ones. And God's going to make it extremely clear to you who these people are and why they've been trying to trigger you. Because, again, why are they trying to trigger you? That's retarded. I mean, it's just this person believes that you'll act out of character and get yourself locked up in a mental institution or in a prison. I don't, they can send as many voodoo spirits as they feel that they need to do. But as far as this actually affecting you, no, it's not going to affect you. I mean, you may feel a little agitated. Your skin could be itchy. You could have a rash. It could be something like that. It could be like hives. Whatever this is, it's meant to tell you that there's something, you've allowed something to get under your skin. And it could just be like, I cleared some shit yesterday, and it was like every time that I hit the end stream buttons and it gives me up my diagnostics, and it lies every time. Every single time the diagnostics are wrong. It says that there's 0 people in the chat. It's just completely wrong, or it's manipulated with, right? And so I try not to let shit like that bother me because I don't have control over it. But like I said, YouTube is so fucking stupid. They're literally going to have a lawsuit, $1 billion lawsuit. They're going to have to pay back all of the money that they've been stealing from readers, from content creators. They're going to have to find the illegal immigrants that they hired and gave these logins to. They're going to have to persecute these illegal immigrants and get them out of the country, or at least fire them. And then by the time that this shit goes to court, YouTube is going to have to pay out, billions, maybe even $1 trillion. Like, it's a ridiculous amount of money because of the amount of money that was being stolen on this app, which is stupid. Because they're doing it. I am specifically get that these people that work for YouTube they've got some shit going. They're R-worded. They're racist. Like they really will go through and they'll pick people that are truth tellers. They'll pick people that are melanated, and they will target them and take their money because they believe that no justice will come to people that are spiritual. And why would anybody think that? That's pretty stupid. I'm calling judgment on YouTube till they get their shit together. They need to be up under judgment. But yeah, it's like minor agitations of reoccurring situations that should not happen. This could be like you going to feed your cat in the morning and you're putting food in the bowl, and every time you turn around, the cat knocks the bowl off the counter, right? So then you start putting the bowl on the ground. Every time you feed the cat knocks the bowl over, right? Some type of way. Like it could just be something like that just is super irritating. But whatever the core root of it hasn't been cleared yet, because it's still showing up in the reality, basically. Yeah, it'll all be okay. It's just, like God's giving you just another power right now so that you can reach, so that you don't have to interact with this energy. Because in the past, this energy could have gotten you down, but it's not going to do that now because God's giving you another ability. The Two of Wands indicates a growth or personal power and courage. You will command the respect and attention of other people. This is all about having a vision. Like, you are making progress, even if it doesn't seem like you're making progress. That's what God wants you to know. And you have the ability to save other people by spreading your light to others and helping them recognize the spiritual aspect of themselves. So this also talks about new projects. Somebody is like wanting this new project that you're about to start. How do they know, Astraea, that you have a project you're about to start? These people have used divination. That's how they know. And so they've gotten some type of information. It may not be the correct information, but it is some information. But, I feel like you guys could be thinking about starting a new project. It'd be best to keep your mouth closed about it right now until it's done. That's why, I have a lot of answers to stuff, but I won't talk about it because I have stuff going on. So I'm waiting for that shit to just, be done with. The project's to be done with completely before I'm going to talk about it. Because the moment I open my mouth, there's going to be somebody that goes into the spirit and prays against it, does witchcraft on it, harasses it, or tries to protest to God that I shouldn't be doing what God specifically told me to do, which is ridiculous. This is why these people are getting their ass beat, because they keep going into the spirit and trying to complain. Why is so-and-so doing this, It's only because they didn't get the idea. They never got the download to create a project. And if they did, they decided not to do it because they were too afraid or too weak. So. And this is a thing that spirit will give you downloads, but if you don't act on the download and get to working on the project, then spirit's going to give that same download because it needs to be pushed out, it needs to be sent to other people. And they'll give that download to somebody else. And then people will be like, oh, you stole my idea. And that's not it at all. It's just the person that got the idea sat on it and waited too long. And so that's why, it's when you get the idea, start taking steps immediately towards it, and then spirit won't give that download to somebody else. But there is somebody that will end up coming across this reading, and they're going to realize that, no, this other person did not copy you. What happened was that whoever in the collective sat on the download for years, did not put it out. When spirit gives you something, it's not like, oh, sit on it for years. So the reason that this other person pushed out a project that's almost exactly the same is because the download was given to somebody else. The world in the reverse. Somebody is trying to turn your world upside down, but they don't have energy to really do anything. They need your energy to do stuff, and that would be trying to use your energy against you. And that could be very irritating, but again, it's not going to work. You overpower this person. You have the strength of 10 people. This person's has the strength of an infant, just nothing. No energy, loss of momentum. This person could also be on the dark web a lot. They waste so much of their fucking time on the dark web trying to dox people and get them trafficked and shit. They literally waste a lot of their time on the dark web. I hope this person burns in hell. Well, I don't hope it. I know it's going to happen, and it's literally inevitable. This person has caused their own suffering every day. Welcome, everybody coming into the chat. Welcome, Nur Karim. Or Kareem, sorry. But yeah, this is also about, these people fear changing residence. They're afraid of moving because they feel like where they're located right now gives them some type of access to you. So I don't know if you're living in a house. This could be a neighbor, or if you're living in a condo, this could be where, I guess what Spirit's saying is wherever you're living, this could be a neighbor. Also, this is talking about somebody being too attached to their current residence and job. I really feel like whoever paid these people to harass you, because I am getting bribe energy, that they're suffering right now. They're broke. They've somehow ended up in the Five of Pentacles, and they can't pay this person to harass you anymore. So this irritation may just go away because you definitely had somebody around you in your energy that was trying to do magic to stop you from basically, they're just trying to stop you in general. I mean, it's like, I can't even be specific about what. It's just like this person just wants to stop you. They want to stop you. Why they're trying to cause so much triggers and so much trauma and stuff is because they don't want you going within with the Hermit here. They don't want you to go within because, again, with the High Priestess, we know that the High Priestess, when the High Priestess goes within, she finds the answer to the problem and then brings it to her vision. So this is what I'm saying. This person is afraid that you're going to see with your spiritual abilities and your new superpower, you're going to see whatever it is you need to heal within yourself. And once that is healed, this person's Fucked. Fucked. Wow. You know what I'm trying to say. They are screwed. Like that means that basically they're going to get fired anyways. So you could have you could have a neighbor that's moving away at this time. You could literally have a neighbor that's moving away. And if you looked out your window, yeah, screwed sideways, you would be like, oh, wow. So you got somebody really obsessed with you. They are obsessed with your energy. Jeez, this is crazy. Wow, the creep is creeping. 3 of Wands. Oh my gosh, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This person is waiting for you to bring a project forward so that they can copy it. And then they're going to try to say it was their idea because this is a new business idea. Maybe you were around this person or maybe they are just trying to listen to you, either looking into crystal balls or mirrors or whatever. But never have a mirror. Okay, I had 2 mirrors recently that were in front of my bed. Well, on the side of my bed and in the front of my bed. I had to take those down. Don't have mirrors facing over your bed. They will act as portals. So just to let you guys know, I had to figure that out the hard way. And I was under so much spiritual attack, I couldn't sleep. It was just really shitty. Then I watched this one show. It was one video and it talked about mirrors. And again, I don't study magic, so I don't know a whole lot about it. But I was talking about mirrors and how it's used for magic. And then it was talking about, don't have the mirrors facing your bed. And everything in the video basically was dead on correct. Yes, I would wake up and I would see spirits in the mirror and it would scare the shit out of me. And so anyways, I removed those mirrors and I have had good sleep ever since I removed those mirrors. So this person could be looking into mirrors. They could be trying to gaze. They're trying to remote view you to see what this business idea is, because from the 2 of Wands to the 3 of Wands, that's taking steps towards making your business idea or whatever this inspiration, bringing it to the forefront and making it physical. And so that I really like that. I'm loving that. But this is a business idea that somebody wants to steal and then they want to mass produce. And like I said, when it's really bad to steal intellectual property from the Most High God, this high priestess with the Torah, that's her business idea. That Torah, that's her information that God gave her to use. So this person's just a copycat. Again, I don't like reading copycat energies. They're very boring. They, other than them being a copycat and an impersonator and having identity crises, there's not really a whole lot more I can say about them because they're just weirdos. But you are dealing with somebody that wants your intellectual property. They want your ability to write. They want your ability to sing. They want your ability to dance. They want your ability to basically do everything. And you're being given an extra ability literally today because it's going to help you manifest much faster. And you're not going to be blocked and you're not going to be as irritated and agitated because, like I said, you had somebody around you that is unknowing, like they could be knowingly and unknowingly being used by the demonic realm. Or we'll just say lower vibrational entities, because honestly, I'm picking up on somebody trying to send some shit. I don't know how the dream realm and oh wait, I did ask Dream about that. What did he say? So the dream realm and the astral realm are connected because they hook into the body while you're sleeping, but it gives you access to more of your consciousness while you're asleep, if that makes sense. Yeah, they're so petty and childish. What it is they're broke, and they're also like they don't have any ideas. They don't get downloads. This person just basically wants to pretend to be spiritual and have abilities, and they don't. The Hierophant. Yeah. This could be a group of weirdos. A Hierophant, that's like the Pope. It could be somebody from a religion. It also could be somebody from a secret society. Yeah, the darkness is not like this Hierophant group is on the dark web. They're buying and selling stuff on the dark web. They're also being watched by feds, so I don't know. They're Masons. Definitely Masonic energy coming through. And I don't know, whatever other secret societies there are. But this Hierophant group is doing something on the dark web. I was getting they were trying to dox your information and put it up there so that people would see it. I feel like this Hierophant group is up under judgment right now. They're about to go through, their intelligent disability, right? So infuriating. These are people that pretend to be spiritual. That's what I'm getting. These 33-degree Masons, they pretend to be this guy just fell out. They literally pretend to be spiritual, but they're not. They do some type of sex magic that has to do with energy harvesting and whatever dark web stuff. I've never been on the dark web, so I don't know what to tell you guys about it. But when I pick it up, it's usually some FUCKSHIT that these people are on. Some really weird, grimy stuff. This freaking guy, he pops out quite often. I am so tired of his energy. This Knight of Wands in the reverse, this person is definitely in their 30s or 40s. They have emotional problems, cannot commit, no discipline. They anger easily, brash, cocky attitude, appears successful, but it is an act, keeps dark secrets. This person could have been trying to do a revenge PORN on you. And I'm getting that this is not even real footage. This is some doctored up bullshit. Also, this person has tried to pretend to be a maintenance man to get into your guys' living space. They want to put in a camera or some type of recording device. This person's afraid to lose their access to you because they believe, this is what I'm saying, they believe that you're like a superhero and that somehow your energy has been shielding this person from having to go to prison. They're going to jail. They don't need to worry about paying their rent that they're already way hella late on. They need to just know that they're going to jail and put all of their shit in a box to the left. 33 degrees of bugaboo. I agree. This person feels like they're a leader. They feel like that they're leading other people. They're very superficial, extremely vindictive. This is also somebody that wanted to marry somebody in the collective, or they wanted to marry somebody's sister. I mean, if you have to break down somebody's brother to marry their sister, like you shouldn't even be attached to that family. People sniff this energy out and know that this person is like not legit. What I say about this person being up under heavy ass judgment, they are up under heavy ass judgment for this. And again, they were trying to use a Hierophant group to steal your destiny, whatever this project is that you're working on with God. They wanted to steal that. And then they were going to play it off like it was theirs. So this could be somebody that, you know, he could be transgender or going through something like that. I'm just getting so much confusion from this person. They don't know if they want to be a woman or a man. They're also doing black magic on other people in the secret society to turn them into the same type of sexually confused individual. Like they're trying to turn people that are 33-degree Masons and the lower ones into being transgender. And like I said, if you are transgender, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You're obviously learning an experience, but if that's what you're naturally feel like you are going through, every time I look at a transgender person, I see a possession, I see a walk-in soul exchange where at some point this person either they're born with the opposite energy, divine energy just being active, or they have a walk-in, which means another spirit has switched places with the original soul, and then that other spirit takes on the memories of that soul. It's called a spiritual walk-in. You guys should Google it if you don't know about it. But a spiritual walk-in will happen, and then that spiritual soul that goes into this person will prefer to be feminine and then will want to change the body. But again, it's under a soul contract of how they were able to walk in. Because and why does this happen, Astraea? Because this happens because bodies, it takes a long time to grow a body. We know that God manifests things through growth and through time. It takes a long time to grow a body, and wasting of a body through oocyte or whatever else, like basically that's wasting a body. There's a lot of other souls that want a chance to learn on the earth, and yeah, they basically still want to have that human experience, because we experience and learn about love in a unique way that a lot of extraterrestrials don't. Like I said, I've talked to you guys about the reptilians. They are stuck in their fight and flight response continuously, and so they experience love, but it's not the way that we experience it. They don't even experience fear. It's not even an emotion for them. Like, that's crazy to me. But that's why when they were scaring the crap out of me, and they were my own spirit guides that were reptilians and ancestors, but they were scaring me and they weren't very nice, because I'd be like, can you stop scaring me? So if you don't know, I have always seen spirit. Like, I've seen my spirit guides around me. I thought the majority of my life that I was being haunted and cursed and that demons were after me, because my spirit guides are scary looking. They're just entities from different planets. And so then when I found out that they were my spirit guides and that they were here to love on me and keep me safe, then I was able to turn off that fear, just like absolute terror, right? Because I'm seeing my guides. So yeah. So I had to learn, okay, well, these are my spirit guides, right? Because I'm like, why do they always stand in the same spot? They're always putting up this protection and stuff. And I just was creeped out by it. So this person, they're dealing with a whole nother soul that's walked into their body. And I really feel like when this happens, it's like somebody's ready to take themselves out. They're done with this experience. They feel like they've learned all they want. They learned all they needed to know, or all that they wanted to know. And they want to either give up, but it's a waste of a body. And there's a long line of souls that want to incarnate into the human race. So a walk-in agreement happens. And then sometimes it's somebody of the same sex and sometimes it's not. That's why when people will get in really serious car accidents where they should have died and they come out fine, that's usually a walk-in experience, right? People will go through a near-death experience. They'll come back and they'll say, oh, Joey is just so different. Like, he doesn't like the same foods. He doesn't have the same memories. Like, is this my husband? Like, does not seem like the same person that I married. And it's true, because it's not. It's something else that's taken over their body. And again, there can be positive walk-ins and there can be not positive walk-ins, right? And so, yeah. So, yeah. I mean, there's been walk-ins that tried to take over my body and I'm like, no. And I just break the soul contract and clear that. But yeah, it's happening to a lot of people. And it's like these spirits they'll put people in messed up predicaments is what I'm seeing with this black magic, so that they do black magic and then they'll walk into their body and try to push their soul out. So that's an unnatural walk-in. 8 of Cups. These people are going to have to walk away from this. I'm serious. They're like crying about this. They have to walk away, which means they're going to be moving out if they live near you. You're going to be receiving good news about this. You could literally receive a letter in the mail, from the judgment or justice system that somebody that was stalking you has been, what is it called? Reprimanded or detained or something. You could also receive information about what somebody was trying to plot. This could come from Archangel Gabriel, because I'm seeing Archangel Gabriel right here and the 2 of Pentacles right next to one another. So this is telling me that you're going to get a message from Archangel Gabriel to drop somebody. Drop it like a hot potato. You guys know the game Hot Potato, right? You have a hot potato. It's like a toy. It's not actually a hot potato, and you pass it around. Anyways, taking you all back to like the first grade there. So yeah, this message that comes from the angels is literally going to be like, you are good. You're turning into a superhero. You're getting another superpower. And this superpower is basically going to deter situations like this from happening. So also you guys are getting powers of justice, because you guys are here to create justice. Like, this is so funny. Justice. Literally, this news that you get may be that you're getting justice, or somebody's getting caught up in the justice system. I'm getting somebody could have done fraud, tried to do fraud in somebody's name. If you have a very common name, I don't really get that you guys do. I think that somebody was trying to get your personal information so that they could fraudulently create something and make it look like on the dark web that you are a part of it or whatever, but you're not. This is like doctored up weirdo stuff. So yeah, you may receive from the angels, a message that, okay, just judgment's being called on these people, this secret society, this religion and hierophant group, because it's all of those things. Or coven. It could be a coven, actually. Dropping a hot sweet potato. Oh my gosh, you didn't know that? Yeah, it's a kid's game. The Hangman. These people have to walk away from trying to sacrifice you or use you as a sacrifice. And again, trying to traffic somebody or do revenge, PORN them, PORN on them, or putting their information on the internet in any type of way. That is illegal. You cannot do that. This person is really foolish. Yes. Yeah. This person's really foolish. You literally, I don't know. I know that the dark web, you have to be really careful when you on it, because people can see, Christian family is not getting saved. That's exactly it. Wow. They excited you today. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you're getting married to your husband. Yay. Wow, you guys. That's awesome. We got a birthday and engagement. Yay. Yay. Okay, so do the Trump dance. It's like the victory dance. So this is a good thing. This is a very good thing, because this person has been on this demon type of time for a minute now. And it's like they really need to get their lives together. And you're not going to be subjected to any type of theft or robbery or thieving or anything like that, energetically or physically, mentally or intellectually, because God has said enough is enough, you know. Oh, did somebody lose something? Well, you know what? Oh, your family. I see. I was thinking it was, just a random family. But yeah, it's again, this superpower, like I said, it's going to spread light to other people. It's going to help awaken the masses. And that's why God's giving you this. It's like basically having a level up where you get another level of protection that, basically is shielding you from the destruction that these other people keep trying to create. Again, they wanted to sacrifice you. They wanted you put in some type of confinement where you were going to be restrained like a crucifixion so that they could just sit there and suck up all of your energy. And then them taking your information to this Hierophant secret society group to sacrifice you was very dumb. That was stupid. All because you're going to come into fame. And how do these people know this? Like I said, they're divination, remote viewing spies. They're about to lose their abilities. So you could actually be gaining the abilities that these people are losing. That's funny. I always am going to laugh at the enemy because their logic behind stuff doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. Hey, welcome in, BC. Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. These people's logics or the way that they think behind any of this. It's just like, what? This person wanted to have your destiny. They wanted to be a part of your destiny. Like again, I think that if anybody's going through a transgender experience, that you guys need to love yourselves. That's the first thing. And secondly, that figure out what sexuality you want to be and make sure that you just figure yourself out before trying to come towards somebody sexually. Make sure you have your shit together. Okay. Figure it out. And I'm not saying that to be rude. I'm just saying that because it could be very, like, could you imagine if you went out with somebody that was a transgender person, you're a monogamous? Is it monogamous when you sleep with one? Is that when you, what is it called? Straight. I'll just say straight because I think of monogamous is when you sleep with one person. So yeah, they want revenge, but they want and they expect to be a part of the destiny. It's like they've got some type of entitlement. You're definitely right. Yeah, they most likely, these people are extremely childish. It's like very childish and immature. I feel like you guys being the high priestess just shows me that you have the knowledge that these people need. They actually do need you for something, but they feel like to get what they want, they're going to have to do black magic to get it. That's crazy. I will never in my life sit around with a group of people doing some weird ass chants or whatever voodoo shit. Like, I will never waste my time on that because that's not what I want to create. I don't want to create chaos and black magic. I want to create justice and peace and relaxation. So again, these people were trying to irritate you really bad with, noise intimidation. They're getting all pulled into, oh, I love it. I love that. That's so cute. You guys, those little dancing pictures. That's so cute. But yeah, you guys are going to dance around these people. Like just how that energy was dancing around you and it was like trying to irritate you, but God gave you a level up. So it's not going to affect you the same. Yeah, they're in the tower for this hangman energy. They wanted you to be crucified. Now these people are in the tower for that, which means that they're going to have to release something. And this could be a way of thinking. This could be a way of living. This could be the fact that they're a bully. They're a bully and they're going through some type of, for somebody, this is going to be somebody that's going through a transgender change, or they're going through some type of American Psycho shit. Like the guy was as Norman Bates, had dressed up like his mother and pretended to be her and shit. Like, I don't know. This is some weird shit like that. And so, yeah, somebody's going through something mentally, and it's because of this black magic that they do, you know. Yeah, they're definitely sunk. This is like boom. They just kind of, you know, they're just going down. They know that they have to walk away because everything is not working. And so they don't want to do that, though. They're really upset about it. This person cries like a baby. Empress. You guys are in Empress energy. You're getting justice for that. Nobody's going to come around and take you out of the good energy that you have conjured up by being obedient to God. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, these people's lives have gone down the toilet. They might as well just, and this is why I'm saying, for everybody's physical and mental health, because could you imagine going out with somebody, dating them, sleeping with them, and finding out that they're transgender and then they didn't tell you? You know, that's where the Most High God comes in and goes, okay, no, this is not right. I think anybody that's going through transgender experience needs to go within and ask themselves, why did they give them the body that they gave themselves? And then I think transgender people should deal with transgender people, because what I'm getting is that this going back and forth from sleeping with men to women and then going after people that are knowingly that they're straight and not telling them, that's kind of like deceptive, you know. Like, you should just be honest with yourself and what you're going through and your situation and your body. But you should be honest with people. And also, I'm picking up that this person likes to be the woman in the relationship. This man likes to get like beat up by other men. I don't know why I'm picking that. I'm not gonna laugh. I'm sorry. That was mean. But like, that's not cool. So this person's into some BDSM type stuff, because I'm like literally picking up on that. So they want to be, the only person, the reason that this person sleeps with men and with women at any time this Knight of Wands in the reverse is because they want to figure out how women react to a men's advances. Okay. So like I said, it's really deceptive. And this person could be very well have a STD, and they could literally, yeah, grabs her whip of justice. This person could literally just be passing it to people, but by deceiving himself and deceiving other people, it's really doing injustice. And that's why this person's not allowed to get anywhere near you. Three of Cups. You're coming into a fruitful abundance and celebrations, you guys. This is absolutely getting married, getting invited to social events. This is beautiful. Popularity. People like you. This Three of Cups, I love this card. This is one of the best cards in the deck. It's all about abundance. It's all about getting to go out and celebrate with people and getting to have a good time. I feel like this energy had been restricting people long enough. Like, this person, again, like, they definitely like to target straight women and then sleep with them. And there's a lot of, you know, bisexual stuff going on in this coven, or a down low behavior, I should say. Because it's like a coven, but it's also a coven of Masons. So, like, I don't know if they have districts of Masons. This is large groups of Masons. And these are the younger people that are in, they're not the 33-degree Masons that I'm picking up on. These are like, you know, younger people in, yeah, in the group. Yo, I just cut the deck on the Wheel of Fortune and the Nine of Cups. This is beautiful. Going from good harvest and abundance to the Wheel of Fortune. Yes, this is you getting paid for your work. Whatever this project is, it's going to bring you in so much abundance. It's also going to be getting your work and your collaboration to the right people, which is the Three of Cups abundance. This also could be talking about a wedding or a ceremony. This person is hella pissed because they want your divine feminine energy. And even if you are an emperor and you're masculine, you still hold divine feminine energy in this person that these people want it, basically. This Nine of Cups, this is you coming into total wish fulfillment. I think that guy looks like a djinn, but I'm not saying that you guys have a djinn around you, but this is still your deepest desire and wish is granted. So yeah, that's awesome. Yay, you guys. Yay. Seriously. Oh my gosh. Those 3 cards right in a row like that. Boom. That is a really good sign that you're on the right path, you guys. Oh, they do have lodges everywhere. Yeah, so it's like that type of energy. It's like, like groups of them. And so what these younger Masons do, they basically, when they get anything given to them, so there's an older Mason that is a 33 degree, that's given whatever this sacrifice knowledge, crucifixion, trying to sacrifice people for money and success and shit, has given that knowledge to these younger Masons and told these Masons not to do anything with it. But these younger Masons have spread this 33 degree Mason knowledge to a lot of people. And then they just started sacrificing people. And they sacrificed a lot of people before they got to you and your superpower. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. I love happy news. Yes. I vote yes. I'm always looking for the positive in everything, or I'm at least attempting to. Even this situation, why God allowed this to happen is so that you could get justice, and God wants to make a fool out of this person. But I guess they're kind of making a fool out of themselves. The star, your star trait and quality, you guys: inspiration and hope, dreams for the future will come true, contact with someone who will dramatically change your life. Yes. Wow, this could be somebody that mentors you with your abilities, or this could be literally somebody that, an extended family member of the one that you marry, for some of you, that is going to be like a mentor, like maybe their grandma or their something, great aunt or something like that. This also talks about a very strong love between two people. Oops, I got to cover up her body. Sorry. This card does talk about a very strong love between two people. It also talks about entering into serenity and satisfaction, but the high priestess talks about inner peace, right? So this is a start. Your deepest wish of your star qualities and your star traits, and you having a family, you having a husband, you having a wife. It says share your good fortune, because you're going to have a lot of it. And of course, we know that the more that we share our good fortune, the more good fortune comes to us. But literally, God is going to guide you with who to share your wisdom with and who not to. The Page of Swords. This is somebody that is definitely spying on you. You've got a spy energy. They're looking out for whatever this creation is. I think that this spy knows by now that they can't do anything to whatever this project is that you're going to work on. Like, they know that. This could have been a private investigator. This person's an imposter. Straight up an imposter. This person is not only spying on you, this person is spying on this Hierophant group. Big time. Seven of Cups, because this person was given so many freaking illusions that they didn't know what the truth was. And like I said, the Seven of Cups, these illusions also apply to this Knight of Wands in the reverse. This person that's like going through a sex change or whatever. Or they're just transgender. I don't know what it is, but it's something like similar to that. They're going through some type of like serious thing that they need to really look within for the answers and stop with the delusions, because this person's extremely delusional. They blame you and your success for why they are not a success. The only reason this person's not successful is because they practice black magic. That's literally why. Yeah, spying is a lot of work. It's super annoying. These people are trying to look and see what's coming to you so that they can get in the position of where you're supposed to be and then take it. Again, that's never going to happen. God's not going to allow this person to sit in your chair. Everywhere you sit is a throne. Seven of Pentacles. That's why these people really, really thought that they were going to sacrifice you, and it would be a turning the tables for them so that they would be able to have money. The only reason these people do not have they don't have money because they don't have moral energy. These people are not virtuous. They do not service the community for the better. They don't do anything to give them the moral energy that's needed to manifest money. This is the very important piece of information that these people do not understand about the law of creation, law of manifestation. That if you want to manifest money, the way that God gives that energy of money is through when you do something to help yourself, loving yourself, or to help another person, right? That's how you get moral energy. That's why people get it through whatever their job is, because they're helping themselves and they're helping a company or community or whatever. But the people that don't have jobs, like these young Masons that just sacrifice people for money, they don't have jobs like this. These people are not getting moral energy. They're having to sacrifice individuals. Yeah, know your worth for sure. They're having to sacrifice individuals that have the moral energy that they need because they're not getting it. And that's why they're in the tower. So it's not going to be them continuing to do this is going to be a turning point in their finances. It's not going to affect you at all. You're going to remain in good fortune because that's what your energy is. Energy doesn't lie, and it doesn't get confused either. The moral energy that God gave to you for being a good person and basically being obedient to God and not sleeping with this person, like the energy that God's giving you for this project and everything, it's going to fuel most likely your retirement and the rest of your life. And these people want it. They want it bad, but they can't sacrifice you. So that's backfired. So they're ended up being sacrificed, literally. And they're getting caught up with the police. Like I said, they don't need to worry about paying rent. They just need to worry about going to jail because they tried to mess with your stability, and that was not okay to do. That was a bad idea. They're in the 9 of Swords about this because they are realizing that they're not getting anything for all of this attack that they sent to you all this time, hitting the drums and I'm not making fun of voodoo. If voodoo can be used to heal people, then great. But I'm talking about whatever these people do is not positive voodoo. I don't know what the hell it is, but it's yuck. I don't even want to look at it. But like literally all this conjuring and casting of wands and whatever the hell else they're doing, incantations, I don't know, candles, whatever these people do to sacrifice others, whatever the ritual is, it's backfired big time. And they're in the flippin' 9 of Swords for it. This means sleepless nights, being haunted, grief, sorrow, loss, rehashing past actions, going over and over again in your mind of what you've done and why you're receiving the karma that you're receiving. Yeah. It says only time will heal the pain. These people are screwed. I don't even think time's going to fix. That is way too many cards, Spirit. Yeah, I don't even think that time is going to fix this situation. I feel like these people would have to do a 360, and then move away from what they've been doing. Yeah, that's way too many cards to read. Let's just do a few. These people are in sorrow. They're grieving. They're grieving like they lost something precious, and they did. They never had anything precious. That's what they need to understand. They got away. They should have. This is why I tell people, when you've gotten away with numerous crimes, maybe you should take it as a sign that, okay, well, I got away with this much. Maybe I should stop. Instead, these people consider, oh, well, God hasn't stopped me yet, so I should keep going, right? That's crazy. That is crazy talk. Illogical. Black magic does not work. It does not work on people like me. It does not work on people like you. You guys are getting a new superpower, and this black magic is not going to work on you. I'm telling you. They can try to sacrifice you 50 times a day. It'll be their ass that gets sacrificed, the people around them. It's never going to come. It will not come nigh thee. You will only observe with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked, right? Psalm 91. You only observe. This shit's not going to touch you. You will literally only observe with your eyes and see these people be punished. And like you could see somebody moving out very soon, like within the next couple weeks. They're not getting paid anymore. You guys have the ability now to basically just, it's like you guys have the ability to bind other people from doing actions against you. This person tries to do this sacrifice magic, and trust me, this younger Mason, and there's going to be a lot of younger Masons that get kicked out of the Masons because they're not supposed to be doing this shit. Like, they're only if you're a 33-degree Mason and they got this, and the person that gave them the knowledge is also going to be kicked out, or they're going to be literally sacrificed and thrown into like a Moloch oven, like an owl oven or a bull oven or some shit, or a lot of people don't know Moloch and Baal are associated with vultures, vulture shaped oven. So yeah, well, I would just say birds of prey and bulls, but yeah, it's like this person really wanted to take the bulls by the horn and dominate your life, and that was a really bad idea. The star trait that you guys have is what's going to bring you success, right? And not only that, it is like a superpower, you getting to see and know what happens before it happens. Like, you sense that there was somebody doing the same dumb bullshit, and you were right. They're on the same dumb bullshit. But again, this is not going to touch you. It will not touch you. Yeah, you have a good collaboration with a community that supports you. So you may think that your neighbors or people don't like you, but I disagree. I think that people actually do like you. I think that not only do people like you, but they have a love for you as well, even if they don't know you, you know? Yes. Yeah. I hope that it is the best birthday for you. Literally. Yes. I'm serious. You guys, the whole thing about making lemonade, when you're given lemons, these people have literally thrown lemons at you. You took those lemons, you made lemonade, and then you made a lemonade stand, and now you're making money. And these people are like, what? But we threw all that stuff at them. Well, you threw it, but it didn't mean that it was going to hit them. The collective just moved out of the way. And that's what is exactly happening with this person's magic. They're throwing magic at you, and you're just stepping out of the way. Like, you've learned a valuable lesson. Six of Wands, star, community, popularity, fame, public recognition, and honor. Yeah, this is about you becoming famous for something. These people wanted that. These people want to be famous. They want to be celebrities. Haha. That's so stupid. I literally think that's dumb. Trying to sacrifice people so that they can become rich and famous. If you obviously have no talent if you have to sacrifice people to get recognition. This person didn't appear. You guys didn't have to sacrifice anybody. You know what I'm saying? It's exactly boomerang. You guys did not have to sacrifice anybody at all to be successful. All you had to do is continue to walk down the path of light and listen to what God says as God tells you to turn left or turn right. And then as you do that, you just end up there. This person's trying to end up where you are right now, but they don't understand the path that you walked was the path with God. And these people would have to then make a connection with God. First of all, they would have to repent for a long time, and they would have to actually be sorry and make amends in some type of way. But they're not going to go to God and repent because they, are prideful. This is why pride will kill you. Pride will get your ass thrown in hell for eternity, never to be looked at again. And I think that people that are not concerned with what happens after this life, like they're just like, oh, whatever, the afterlife. Like, I think that that's scary to me. People that are not even concerned with what's going to happen after this, like not knowing that everything they create in this life will create their afterlife situation. Yeah. The Emperor. Literally, this public fame and recognition is going to bring an emperor in. This also could talk about a marriage between the emperor and empress. So yeah, this is a divine partnership that's come in, and it's going to get public recognition and honor. Also, the emperor is somebody who knows how to master their own emotions. That's why these people trying to trigger you is futile at this point. I mean, they can send the energy, but it's not going to work. It's not going to do what it was meant to do. And whatever they were getting to benefit, whatever these spirits are that were benefiting, have turned their back on these people. These spirits are like, I'm not going to come for a chosen one for a fucking cigar you gave me or a glass of rum. These spirits are like, hell no. I'll never, ever. And there's definitely not going to take away your bloodline gifts. Yeah, you got a Knight of Pentacles energy here. That's in the Nine of Swords because they lost. They did these rituals and now it's all backfiring, not only on the younger Masons, but it's backfiring on the older Masons big time. Yeah, just backfiring big time, yo. And so the Masons are like, who do we need to punish? Who do we need to sacrifice? Because they're in the tower. Who do we need to get rid of? Literally, who do we need to sacrifice and get rid of so that our money can go back to being the way that it was, right? Well, the gig is up. You gave this 33-degree knowledge to younger individuals who abused it and sacrificed many, a lot of souls. We'll just say a lot of people in this physical world. And now God's had enough. And so the Masons are up under judgment. All of them, anybody that practices Masonry, they're up under judgment. And it doesn't seem like it's fair, but it is fair. Like, these are people that literally study the occult so that they can know how to sacrifice people, put them in comas, get them in car accidents, unalive them and shit like that. Okay, so I don't even want to hear it from these people. Not to mention they're into this weird shit, sexual shit that I can't even pinpoint it because it's like so just demented. It's demented. So yeah, these people really, really are up shit's creek without a paddle now. And the Masons are going to have to answer for what they've done. They need to get rid of these younger people that have abused the knowledge. And then they need to start making reparations, which means anybody's family that these people sacrificed, when they get a list of these people's names of who they were trying to sacrifice, these Masons need to go to these people's family and start paying them, at least $3,000 right off the bat, putting it in these people's accounts. Because literally, if they don't make any type of reparation or they don't do any restitution, God will take blood from them. God will literally take blood out of these people. They'll pay with their blood. They don't want to pay with the money that they've got from sacrificing these people and do right by their families and stuff like that. And they don't have to say what they did, but they do. God wants them to admit what they've done to God. And then God wants them to pay this money to the victims that they created, or to the families of the victims that they created. Okay. And I know that's be like, oh, well, isn't that receiving blood money? Trust me, if God's commanding these people to give you money, God's going to cleanse that money. It's not going to come with any attachments for anything. That's why I will never in my life get married. I'll never in my life wear a diamond. I don't want anything. Like, diamonds are so effing karmic. I don't want anything that anybody has had to die or slave over to get. Straight up. I don't want nothing like that. Like, I just would never put a diamond on my body or even touch one because I can see the curse energy that comes off of them. And I'm like, hell no. And how many diamonds have been cursed, like literally, and have taken people's lives, like throughout history? I watched a video the other day and it went from cursed diamond to cursed diamond to cursed diamond. It just kept going. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And so obviously there's something going on with that. These people, if they don't make spiritual reparations and do the right thing, this is them fucking around and finding out. They're basically in the Five of Pentacles, which means their lodges are going to shut down. They're going to be losing money very quickly. Also, there may be, once this information gets out to the public, these people who got sacrificed, their families may literally demand. They may take these people to court. So it would be better if these people just went and did what God said and paid these victims' families off right off the bat. Then they would be able to hold on to a little bit of the abundance that they made doing this. But other than that, no, it'll be taken by force if needed be. And so this Five of Pentacles energy, them being casted out, unemployed, loss of a home, health problems, all of that, these people are going to experience everything that, all of what I just said, everything. Financial support loss from friends and family. The people that supported and backed these people are going to be walking away because they're going to find out the dirtiness that these people did. What I just say. If they do not make reparations, they will end up in the Five of Pentacles, and then they'll end up here. And at that point, when they're in this energy and people start passing away in their organization that they can't figure out why, these people are going to be really upset with these younger Masons that did this, and these coven people. They're going to be really upset because this is the losing of people's lives, you know? That's just a backfire. And a lot of these police officers are going to be put under trial. Like, I'm not kidding. There's a lot of police officers, probably 90% of them are Masons. I mean, that's what I saw in a video of police officers that were talking about it. How many people are into the Masons? Again, I never had any type of Illuminati or Masonry or any type of shit contact me. Probably because it's a men's club or something. I don't know. But I would never. I personally just don't believe in groups of people. I don't believe in religions, and I don't believe in groups of people, like gathering together to do witchcraft or whatever. I don't like that. So I even think that church is like a weird ritual that we don't even know what the hell the Latin's saying and what we're getting ourselves into. So, you know, that's just my personal opinion. But yeah, these people, doesn't matter what the opinion is, God is going to have the say at the end of the day, and these people are going to be in the death, like literally. They're also going to jail. They've also lost their inheritance, and this has always been about your Four of Pentacles, your inheritance. These people want to keep all of the money that you're going to have for them. No. Like, what are you supposed to be, some fucking slave to these weird white people? I don't like that. I don't like slavery. I don't like any type of shit like that. I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. You know, these people are really ignorant. So yeah, they're going to be unalived, most likely in jail, because they're not going to be able to survive in there. These people, these Masons that tried to sacrifice people and put people through a lot of shit, they haven't been through fucking anything in their lives. Like literally little to nothing. These people have been terrorists their entire lives. They've been literal terrorists to their damn family their entire lives. These people sacrifice their own loved ones. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Oh my gosh. Wow. I'm glad you're getting married too. Wow. But yeah, they definitely sacrifice family members. And, you know, that could be the energy that you're really looking at, to be quite honest, of why, if you are experiencing a Five of Pentacles, I would reverse that shit and see what happens. I just pray that anybody that's experiencing a Five of Pentacles that shouldn't be, I pray that that's reversed, because these people are going to be thrown out. They're going to be in the death, and they're going to be in jail, and they're not going to survive in jail. They're not going to survive in prison. And it's literally because these people, some of them are so foolish, they're not going to ever change. So they're not going to survive in jail because they can't adapt. That's why they have to sacrifice other people. They're weak as hell. They're really, anybody that does shit like this is a very weak individual that has no power. Yeah, you got a King of Cups in the reverse. This King of Cups in the reverse. These Masons that watch this video are going to figure out who this person is by this description. Okay, this indicates a male over 40, a secret, elusive man who is plotting against you, openly bigoted and narrow-minded. This man holds a grudge. He may be involved in a difficult moral decision. You may lose your virtue, innocence, or money through this man. Do not trust him with your heart or possessions. This is the elderly, the person that's at the 33-degree Mason that allowed this information to slip to the younger ranks, the younger initiates. God's going to literally unalive this person in jail. Yeah, this is because this man saw you as a Queen of Pentacles. They didn't know that you were the Empress and that you're with the Emperor. Or you're going to be. But yeah, they definitely are seeing you as a cash cow is what I just heard. Yeah, you don't have nothing to do with these people. You would not be a cash cow to anybody. That's ridiculous. King of Swords in the reverse. This is a Fed right here that's associated, that's a Mason as well. This person, it says, signifies another male that's over 40. What's up with these old ass freaking men doing this dumb shit? I don't like that. Grow up, losers. Oh my God, you guys are fucking lame, dude. Seriously. I have no respect for individuals like this. This is ridiculous. And I'm sure they don't respect women like me that have an opinion and that basically don't rely on men for shit. These people are definitely misogynistic and male chauvinistic. Yeah, this is somebody that conceals their emotions, very intelligent but dangerous man, cruel and self-centered. He plots against you, sadistic and manipulative, enjoys causing suffering and trouble, looks out only for his own instincts, his own interests. Watch out for this person's actions. Okay, is there anything else that they need to know? Is there anybody else that they need to know about, I should say, with this? Let's see. 6 of Cups. Yeah, these Masons sacrifice children. They just do. They're doing the Moloch ball, whatever shit. I mean, the 6 of Cups is happy memories. These people steal these memories from children by making their lives end. This is like people getting orphans or people that are like in the orphan system or whatever and sacrificing them, and then abducting children as well to sacrifice them. So again, I'm sure that God has had enough of that. God's like, yeah, that's done. These people are going to have to pay for every soul that they took out of this world. With this moon magic that they've been on. The moon's not listening to these people anymore. And Temperance is here. You have Archangel Michael protecting you, and this idea that you come up. You also have the 2 of Cups, which is a love offer from the universe, a love offer from another person, and a divine union that's being very protected at this time. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Your 2 cups hitting each other. Cheers. This is exactly it. And you can trust this person what's in their cup. You don't have to be afraid of that. King of Pentacles. You've got a King of Pentacles on your side, you guys. This is somebody that's in the upright. They may end up helping you get your message or whatever this project is to others. But yeah, this is somebody who really cares about you and who wants to see you win, They also are not on FUCKSHIT like these other people. This King of Pentacles that comes into your life may be an emperor. This may be your husband. This may be somebody that's going to help you with a job. But these people are carrying a 10 of Wands. These Masons, they're carrying a 10 of Wands, and they're in the 6 of Pentacles getting breadcrumbed. And so that's why they want to breadcrumb you, divine feminine or divine masculine. But like I said, they've got so much shit going on. These people really need to worry about their own priorities at this time, because making you their priority is not what's going to benefit them. Yeah, they're in the 5 of Cups, many regrets and loss, just complete loss, because they did lose. To be quite honest, they did lose. They really lost. So thank you guys for making it to the ending of this reading. Please like this video. It will greatly help me. Please share it if you feel compelled to. Hit the notification bell. Okay, so you're notified of every time that I go live. Know that these people are not going to be successful and that you've already won. The superpower that God is giving you is going to help you elevate beyond anything that these people could have imagined. And so they're going to be really sorry in the future. You also may end up getting a large donation or a check in the mail or something like that from these people if they decide to do the right thing. Again, they're going to have death. These Masons are going to have death after death after death after death after death after death, and financial ending after financial ending after financial ending continuously until they make reparations for the souls that they sacrificed. But if they choose not to do that, then they're going to lose all of the money that they gained from sacrificing people. If they do choose to, you guys are very welcome. If they do choose to do right by you, then you may receive a check or a large amount from them. Okay, you guys, know that God loves you. Know that I love you. Until the next reading, peace be with you. Have a wonderful day, you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.